adultery, stealing. You know what they call covetousness? Covetousness is even worse than stealing. That shall not covet your neighbor's good. You know what's coveting? Coveting is not to want to. If I want your car, it's not coveting. It's called admiration. You know what is coveting? When I find every legal way possible to take the car from you. Stealing is when you are not looking, I collect it. What does it mean to covet? You come now, meet me and say, bros, I beg, if you find me 200K, I have to pay my children's school fees. And I say, no, you go put collateral now, you must pay within 2 weeks. I make you sign an agreement, and I insist it's your car that must be collateral. Because you are desperate. A child is in hospital, the other house have to go to school, and they have to eat. You actually give me the car as collateral, thinking that you will get the money from elsewhere. After 2 weeks, you don't bring the money. I say, I don't enter voicemail now. It's called covetousness. God will judge it in His society. He judges stealing. He judges adultery. He judges covetousness. He judges lying. Or God sends you to go somewhere. You bring receipt. The thing is 5,000 naira. You meet the fellows there. There are things we do. See, the punishment has gone to the gym. You finish doing the punishment, just take leave. Go gym. Go and work out. Say, the one where I won't give you before is not enough. I need to work out some. They send you go and buy something. You reach there. They say it's at 5,000 naira. So give me a receipt. They actually offer, do you want the receipt? They give you the receipt. Now go home and write 15,000 and give the man. The man looks at it and gives you 15,000 naira. That 10,000 naira is ulcer. You will use to buy all kinds of drugs. And how much you spend on ulcer is 40,000. When the thief is caught, he replaces fourfold. It's 40,000 naira God will collect back from you. And that is mercy. If it wasn't being mercy, oh God, it's now worse if you use part of it to carry witch as girlfriend. You don't die. You don't die. No. Go and read my book, Worship and Sex Control. The witch will just go, say, avenge me of my adversary. You are just going to die. You just want to cross gutter, just gutter that we all cross every day. You will sleep inside, hit your head at the corner, get subdural hemorrhage, and die. For 10,000 naira. That is number one reason God judges a nation. Is because of the iniquity of the people. When they commit iniquity, he personally rises against them in judgment. He does. Especially when there are no judges in the land and elders to tell the younger ones, stop what you are doing. One day will arise against them with pestilence, with famine, with the sword. You call it bullets and bombs these days. Those used to call it sword. With natural disasters. They wake up in the morning. You know, some of these countries say, hey, go to Haiti. This won't happen. Go and ask how much immorality they are committing. Some of these so-called poor people are the most adulterous human beings on this earth. You be committing adultery in the midst of poverty. Are you mad? You should know that. You see, if you are poor, there are things you should just not do. Because peradventure, God will have mercy. Did you get my point? If you are poor, don't steal, don't lie, don't commit adultery. You know, it's like, God, look me now, they try. You know that kind of thing. You can't be in the midst of your poverty. Now you could do, they chase women. Leave that for rich people. Leave that for rich people. Leave that for rich people. That you are praying that God should lift you up from somewhere. That the one digging yourself back. I've seen people like that. Digging themselves deeper into the rot of poverty with their own actions. Second reason God judges a nation. And I think this is the most important reason. The second reason He judges a nation. How do I say this? Psalm 22. Let's just read this. And we're going to close. We'll develop this one further next time. Now this first one, remember, maybe God helping me, I'll remember to discuss that. That's why we have to be the light and the salt in every nation. Because these judgments we are talking about, when God went to Sodom and Gomorrah, what did He say? I find how many? 10 righteous people. If I find 10 righteous people, It will not come. 10. So Christians, you've already seen that there's no hope, naturally speaking. Naturally speaking. So assuming you live in Sodom and you live in Gomorrah, what is the assignment you have as a believer? Make sure you can be counted. See, I'm not saying going around preaching is important, but let's leave that for a moment. To be the salt is to make sure that you are kept pure and you are kept unstained. You are kept unstained from the iniquity that is around. People of God, if everybody is over-invoicing, don't do it. If everybody is stealing, don't do it. If everybody is lying, don't do it. If they are all committing adultery, don't do it. Do you know why? When God is coming, He's not counting those who are claimed to be believers. He counts those who do what is right. Anytime you fall for the temptation of Satan, you are reducing the number of people that can be counted. Did you hear what I said? Please look at it from that perspective. I don't want you to be looking at it from the perspective of will God be angry? Whether he's angry or not, he will not count you again. Imagine that Sodom and Gomorrah had 20 people. And the devil wanted them destroyed. And is raising up accusation against them. He will just walk on 11. Knowing that if God counts this 20, nothing will happen. If he counts 10, nothing will happen. I just need to reduce them to 9. And I'll be fine. That's what Satan is saying. That's what the adversaries will be saying. Imagine that a man like the king, what they call Balak, is rising up against them. And Balaam lets him know, look now, there are 20 righteous in this land. So Balak will say, so what do? We need to reduce them by 11. He said, organize a party. Give them jobs. Tell them that you have to believe in homosexuality. You have to do this and that. So you cannot be counted. Give the guy 2 million naira a month in salary. That's what Balak would do. Why? Because he knows, which was what he did against Israel. Balaam told him to do it. That was what happened when the men went to join themselves to the Baal of Peor. So that by the time they committed sexual immorality with the women of Moab, they were going to bring judgment against the whole land. That was why God quickly had them executed. And 23,000 people died that day to preserve the lives of the millions that was traveling. So believers, watch yourselves. God is counting every day. If you're a judge, don't take a bribe. If you're a Christian and a judge and you take bribe, God will so punish you, you will hate yourself. Because his anger will not be against bribery. It's about why are you reducing the number of people that are on my side. Jesus is counting. He's counting his soldiers every day. He's counting. And that's what we must bear in mind. When we are doing what is right, it's not just about us. God is going to come to Enugu. Because accusation is rising up. You must understand, look, the agenda of Satan is to destroy people in their iniquity. So accusation goes up again every day against each land before the judgment throne of God. And one of the standing rules is that you don't punish the righteous with the wicked. So every day, the angels are there counting. And God will say, listen, go over the city of Enugu, and all the villages around it, and all the other towns there. I want this certain number of righteous people. And if I don't find it, things start going bad. So calamity everywhere, trouble here and there, road traffic accident, heads-on attack, ESM soldier shooting somebody, things start going wrong. Then next, roof blowing away, building will be collapsing. And let me explain, for the people of God, it's a warning sign. It's a warning sign. When you start seeing things like that, they know that judgment is around the corner. They start interceding for the mercy of God. Mercy, intercession is to buy time while you go out and advance the gospel. We have prayed and God has answered. He will grant us peace again in this nation. But listen to me, that peace will be what they call the eye of a some kind of thing. It's just an interlude. How we take advantage of